have those nearby. And as always, I'll guide you in our practice, and if it resonates for you, lovely, join me, and if it doesn't, please don't. Please listen to your body and know where your edges are. Some of us are moving a lot, maybe some of us aren't moving a lot, so the beauty, I mean, I certainly miss you all, I hope you know that. But the beauty of being able to do your own practice in your own home and just have that energy in your house, it'll be fun to, when we are together again, to chat and just kind of hear what that's been like for folks. So I invite you, we're going to come into seated for just a few moments to allow us this kind of transitioning time. Hi Candace, glad you got on. This transitioning time to land. And so coming into a seated arrangement, whatever might be suitable for you, Sukhasana, one foot in and then the other. And feeling your sit bones rooted and planted into the surface upon which you're seated. And can you pick up the pelvic floor and just feel the activity that begins to occur in the form in just that one subtle movement. And then in your own way, just those kind of slight adjustments and micro movements that allow you from the inside out, if you're comfortable closing your eyes, to find your shoulders stacked over your hips. Now just notice if you've engaged through the thighs, and can you relax and let your knees drop towards the floor. And can you have a sense that your collarbones are reaching to the side walls, and it's like your shoulder blades, don't squeeze them back, but just feel them kind of adjust and land on the back body. So there's a nice broadness and openness through the heart center. Length through the sides of the neck, jaw parallel to the floor, jaw relaxed. Crown of the head reaching towards the ceiling. Now, really see if you have found that sweet spot, and just any inquiry, any micro movements that allow you to really just land, so that we begin to allow our skeletal system to hold us up rather than our muscular system, and we begin to send signals to the nervous system that all is well. And then within this arrangement, can you feel and shift your awareness and attention to the movement of life as your breath? Not trying to do the right breath or good breath, just feel the movement of life as your breath. And in this, we begin to calm the mind, giving it a focus, and allowing some time and space for the heart and the mind to maybe come into a bit more coherence, come into alignment. Our heart has a brain also. May we use it more often than our cognitive brain. And so maintaining a long and lengthened spine, we drop the chin down towards the chest. Again, just keeping broad through the collarbones. Feel that lengthening up the back body, dropping the chin towards the chest. And find breath that is appropriate and good for you. Even with your eyes closed, can you have that sense of the belly expanding as you inhale? And drawing the belly button towards the spine as you exhale. We'll inhale the head back to center. Exhale, left ear towards the left shoulder. See if that right shoulder wants to come with you, and just stay relaxed. Big full breath. Inhale the head to center. Exhale, right ear towards the right shoulder. Just noticing, is there more sensation? What are you aware of one side to the other? One more breath. And then we inhale the head back to center. Exhale. Big, slow, deliberate circles with the upper body, staying rooted and planted through the hips. So there tends to be, at least in this body, a lot of sensation when I come into this. So just moving with awareness, not wanting to rush and skip past sensation. I don't know about you, I've been known to do that once or twice. So big, slow, staying long through the spine. Again, any kind of spontaneous movements or breaths that want to arise, allow those to express through you. And then wherever you are, pause. We're going to go in the other direction, and this time just let the spine be a little supple, a little bit soft, so that might make the head heavy and kind of lolling side to side. We'll go around 2 more times at your own pace. Just being curious. My friends, there's nowhere to get. So just enjoying the journey. Hearing the sounds from inside the form. Tendons and ligaments and bones. And then we'll meet back at center. And we sit in some space that has begun to reveal itself within us. I'm going to read something to you, so just sit and hear these words. Silence. Step away from the pull and noise of fear, and breathe into the silence that lies beyond our perceptions. It's in this restraint from the compulsions of life that we find the serenity that is in the center of chaos. Refraining from the imbalances for a few moments restores symmetry that otherwise would continue to feed overzealous programming into the portraited despair all around us. Be aware of this moment that's outside the pandemonium. If we look deep enough past thoughts that hold us captive. Breathe into choice. Isn't that the practice? Breathing into choice. Every moment. There's no one standing over you saying, where are you going to put your attention? Might feel like it, but it's not. One more breath. Bringing the hands together in Anjali Mudra, letting the thumbs rest to the heart space. We claim this space as sacred, the space within, the space all around, and this virtual connection that we have together. One family, one living organism. Each of us a contribution. One more breath. Beautiful. Welcome to your practice. So we're going to come up from our seated up into standing, finding your way up there in whatever way works for you to come upright. Taking time to feel the soles of your feet and just rocking back and forth a little bit, getting acclimated and connecting the soles to the earth or whatever surface you find yourself on. Lifting toes and lifting heels. One more time. And then take the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. And you're going to place your hands on your waist, but take your left hand to your left hip, and you're just going to press the hips over to the right. Extending through the side body. Breathe. And then we'll inhale up. Right hand on the right hip, and just press the hips over to the left. Really press, really press. Inhale up to center, hands to the waist, soft knees, long spine, hinge and come halfway down. Inhale, we come up, hands come to the back of the pelvis, knees are soft, press the hips forward. And we inhale, come back to center, exhale, hands come back to the waist. So now we're going to make a big intentional circle through the pelvis. Again, no rush. Make sure your feet are nice and wide. Give yourself a good sturdy stance. Some of you I can even see. I can see you. Big, soft knees. Just so it's not so much about the motion as it is the sensations and your awareness and presence in this movement. And then we'll pause and go in the other direction. Just noticing where you're present and aware of sensation, stagnation. One more time around. And then come down, hands are on the knees, heel toe the feet back so you're hip distance apart. And we're going to do standing cat and cow, but let's do it kind of more exaggerated. So we'll inhale, lift the chin, exhale, tuck, let the shoulders be wide, come up, tailbone reaches back, slide down to your knees. So just finding your own lengthening and awakening of the spine this morning. Just coming into this with a little more range of movement than we would normally. Just, dropping yourself down, pulling yourself up. Maybe those arms want to come up as you come down. Maybe you want to go side to side. Just letting some of that spontaneity, giving yourself freedom of space to be spontaneous. A little bit more. Get in there. Your spine. One more time. And then inhale the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. So here we are with awareness and presence and mindfulness in our standing form, feeling our souls rooted and giving us a good foundation. Everything stacks upon that. And we inhale, lift the chin towards the ceiling, stick your tongue out, move your jaw side to side. Take your chin towards the ceiling, open your eyes wide. Stretching the muscles, the fascia of the face. And then pause, coming back to center. Inhale, the arms up and overhead. Exhale, soft knees, long spine, hinge and come down. Inhale, hands to shins, heart looks forward, tailbones high. Exhale, crown of the head towards the floor, belly button lifts us up. Inhale, up. Exhale, soft knees, long flat spine coming down. Crown of the head towards the floor. Inhale, hands to shins. Knees can be soft here. Exhale, crown of the head down. One more time. Inhale, belly button lifts up. Arms up and overhead. If straight legs are available to you now, come on down, long spine. Inhale, hands to shins. Exhale, long spine. We come all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So we're going to clasp the hands, turn the palms away, inhale the arms up. You're going to need to have your eyes open for this. And so we're going to inhale, get tall. Exhale, left foot over right. And we drop over to the right. Inhale, we come through center. Exhale, right over left, and we drop over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, we come over to the right. Inhale. Exhale, we come over to the left. Inhale, we come to center. Exhale, drop the hips, bend the knees, let the hands drop so they're in front of your face. Dropping the hips down, drawing the shins back, bringing weight into the heels. If this is too much through your arms, you can come into Anjali Mudra, listening to what's right and best for you. Getting some heat going here. Pick up the belly. Pick up the belly. One more breath. Standing forward bend. Crown of the head down towards the floor. Shake your head no. One more breath. Let's soften the knees. Give the hands up on the ledge of your knees and gently press yourself up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Adjust your feet so they're hip distance. We're going to lift that left heel off the floor and rotate through the ball of the left foot, letting that movement come all the way up into the hip. So just feeling the sensations. Maybe you hear some things. Just with awareness, no judgment, go in the other direction. So can you pick up the pelvic floor? Are you still giving yourself a good foundation here? And then we pause. We're going to bring the top of the foot back behind us. Top of the foot comes back behind us. You can soften into your right knee a little bit. That dives you in just a little bit more. One more breath. And then we inhale, bring the left foot forward, left toes are up towards the ceiling. Hands come to the waist. We inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tiny little hinge, come halfway down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, we lift. Exhale. Inhale, back up. Oops. Exhale, left foot comes back. And just stand and feel. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. So with awareness, so just awareness. So you can't see it, right? You can't see it with your physical eyes. But it's as if you can see it with your internal eyes. This difference of the sensations and the availability through the left side of the body and the right side of the body. So in your own capacity to sense that, be present to it. This is the yummy stuff, but usually we're going too fast and in such a hurry that we fail to notice. You're amazing. So get in touch with that. Get to know it. Celebrate it. We're going to lift the right heel off the floor and rotate through the ball of the right foot. Letting that movement come. See if you can feel that all the way up in your hip. And so now this left hip is supporting this movement through the right side. And then we'll go in the other direction. And then we pause. We take the right foot back behind us. Top of the foot down to the floor, sturdy on this left leg. You can bend into the left knee just a little bit. Lengthening that triangle that I talk about across the top of the foot and the ankle. One more breath. What if we made each breath precious? And then we'll bring the right foot forward. Toes are up towards the ceiling. And we inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hips reach back as you hinge and come halfway down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Pick up the belly if you can when you come down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, right foot comes back. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, hinge and come down. Inhale, hands to shins. Heart looks forward. Tailbone's high, crown of the head high. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Downward facing dog. And walk your dog. Roll through each foot. Any way that feels good. And then we'll soften into the right knee and just find a big long stretch through the left side. And then we'll straighten, soften through the left knee, big stretch through the right side. And then we come into full expression of our downward facing dog. And allow yourself 3 very long, slow inhales and exhales. Any micro movements that want to arise, please express those. One more. And we'll inhale high tippy toes. Exhale, you're going to bring your hips forward just a little bit and let the knees drop towards the floor as if they're hovering right above the floor. But can you keep your tailbone up towards the ceiling? You should feel a lot of weight in your shoulders here. We're not hanging our head here. Just let your gaze be straight down to the floor. One more breath. And knees come down. Release the toes. Keep the knees in alignment with the hips and just drop the hips back. Coming into a child's pose, you can stack your hands or your fists and bring your forehead down to your hands. And just feel the awakening of the subtle body. Energy centers getting awakened as we move and breathe. 2 more breaths. One more. Then we'll walk the hands forward towards the top of the mat, actively reaching so it's just your palms that are on the floor. Walking fingertips towards the top of the mat, just breathing into shoulders, into armpits, into side body. And we'll inhale, come through table. Exhale, slowly drop the hips towards the floor. Arms stay strong and active. Inhale, we lift up through table. Exhale into child. Inhale, we come forward. Exhale, hips drop. Can you lift your chin? Inhale up. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, pick up the torso as you come through table. Hips drop. Can you take the knees off the mat and lift the chin? One more breath. Toes curl. Downward facing dog. One more breath. Just let that silence begin to arise from deep within you. Inhale, we come up onto tippy toes, look forward, feet get to the top of the mat. And we come into a standing forward bend. Let the crown of the head drop towards the floor. Then we're going to soften the left knee and walk the fingers over to the right. Keep the head down. One more. Then we'll come through center, both legs straighten, then we'll soften into the right knee and walk the fingertips over to the left. One more breath. Then we'll come back to center. Both legs are straight. Hands to the shins. Heart looks forward. Exhale, hands plant. Step the right foot back nice and long. We'll come into a lunge. If you need blocks here, grab those. Really want to be nice and strong through this right leg, pressing through the right heel. Heart looks forward. Just find some buoyancy in this. Just even some subtle movement. And then we'll take the left hand straight out in front. Gaze is down towards the floor. So see if you lose the integrity of your form just by lifting that left arm off the mat. So everything begins to engage and support this form. Maybe feel your temperature coming up a little bit. Feel your breath rising. One more breath. Left hand comes down to the floor. So we're going to lay that right knee down nice and long. Don't pull it forward if you can avoid that. Keep the right toes curled. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more with the breath. Release the toes, the right toes. Draw the hips back. Straighten the left leg, left toes towards the ceiling. Now, I've been playing with this at home and it feels really good in this body. If you'd like to try, you can bring your hands over to the left. Keep that left leg straight. Drop the crown of the head towards the floor. Breathe into that right side. One more breath. And release. Hands come back to the mat. Hips come forward. So you're going to bring your hands to the inside of the left foot. Maybe walk the left foot out a little bit. Let that right hip drop towards the floor. And then maybe that left knee begins to open out a little bit. If you'd like, you can bring your right hand under your right shoulder, left hand on the left knee, and you gently press that open as you spiral your gaze up towards the ceiling. Breathe. Know what's right and best for you. One more. And release. Left knee comes back into alignment, heel toe it back. So it's in alignment so that you can step the left knee back to meet the right. And then we're going to do 3 modified chaturanga push-ups, letting the heart drop towards the floor, hips stay high. Heart drops, hips stay high. Give it a try. One more time. And then we'll drop the hips back. Let the hips shift to the right as you walk the hands over to the left. Drop the head, drop the head. One more breath. Then hands walk over to the right, hips shift to the left. Wring yourself out. Leave it on the mat, my friends. One more. Everything comes back to center. Hands walk forward. And we lay ourselves all the way down onto our bellies. Get yourself evenly placed so it feels all right. And then you're going to extend your arms long out in front. So you can bring your chin or your forehead down to the mat. But I want you to find your pubic bone first and mound the pubic bone into the mat, and you'll feel your tailbone lengthen towards your heels. And I want you to enjoy that space you've created in your low back. So staying rooted and planted through the pubic bone, we inhale, lift the right arm, left leg. Head comes up. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time each side. Inhale, we lift. Don't lose that foundation. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hands come breast level. Up through table. Press back into child just as a counter stretch. Breathe into your low back. One more. Hands come out in front. We come forward just enough to curl the toes. Take the tailbone high, downward facing dog. Drop the crown of the head down towards the floor. Feel the heels reaching towards the mat. Feel the foundation of hands and feet. One more. Then we'll inhale, high tippy toes. Exhale, get to the top of the mat. And then we'll find ourselves in a standing forward bend. So make sure your knees are not locked out, but maybe find a little bit of a straighter leg here if that's possible. One more breath. And then long spine. Feel the back of your head lifting you up. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, arms float down by your side. You're going to take that right arm right back up the back body, like your fingertips are reaching up towards the shoulder blades. And then you're going to take the left hand up towards the ceiling, bend the elbow. Maybe those fingers reach one another. Maybe you hold on to your shirt. But just create some tension, some resistance. Breathe into the sensations of the upper arms and the shoulders, the elbows. One more breath. Then we release, arms float down by your side and feel. Then we'll slide the left arm back behind us, bending the elbows, fingertips reach up towards the shoulder blades. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, fingers come towards one another, or we grab a hold of our shirt and just inch those fingers towards one another. As you're in your standing form, make sure you've not come into a rib thrust to try and create this. Keep the tailbone lengthened down towards the floor, not flattening out the buttocks, but just lengthening. That right elbow is up towards the ceiling, so keep this nice and active and dynamic. Breathing. One more. Releasing, letting go. Again, arms float down by your side, soft knees. Soft knees and bounce. Oh, just feel the sturdiness of the earth holding you, welcoming you to let go. Letting go, chin drops towards the chest, maybe the head moves, maybe the hips move, maybe the shoulders move. Oh, you can make noises, nobody's listening. And pause. Now, my friends, feel the blessing of standing in the creation of this moment as you. And sit in the, oh my gosh, I can't even, words don't describe the silence, the abundance of it, the expansion of it, and the joy. One more breath. We've been so overstimulated. And I don't know about you, but my nervous system and my body are really loving the less frenetic pace that I'm choosing in this situation that we find ourselves in. I hope that you're finding that same, whatever might be good and right for you. We'll inhale the arms up, lifting up, getting tall. Exhale, hinge, not locking out the knees. Inhale, hands to shins, heart looks forward, tailbone's high. Nice and high, gazes towards the floor. One more breath. Plant the hands, step the left foot back, nice and long. Did I do that? Yeah, I'm doing this right. Yeah. Okay. So we're strong through this left leg, nice and sturdy. Right knee is stacked right over the right heel, letting the hips drop towards the floor. Just encountering, just investigating, getting a little curious. Make sure you can really feel this right foot rooted and planted. So your left hand is under your left shoulder, and you take that right arm straight out in front. Just let your gaze be to the floor and just watch. Just watch what begins to come up. Maybe the mind starts being pretty chattery, quivering, warmth, the breath. One more breath. Right hand returns. Let that left knee drop to the floor nice and long, keeping the left toes curled. And we inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, we lift. Exhale. One more time. Gaze comes back towards the horizon. Release the left toes. Let the hips drop back, straightening the right leg, right toes towards the ceiling. So of course you're welcome to stay right here, which is a great, yummy stretch. If you'd like to join me in bringing your hands over to the right and then dropping your head. And breathe. Find your own place. Find what feels good and right for you in this moment, just this moment. One more. And release. Everything comes back to center, hips come forward. Now you're going to walk that right foot out a little bit. Bring both hands to the inside of the right foot and let your hips drop more deeply towards the earth. And then maybe that right knee wants to open wide. Or open. Maybe it just wants to open. Maybe it doesn't. And if you'd like, you can have your left hand under your left shoulder. Right hand comes to the inside of that right knee. Making room for all of it. Make room for all of it. One more breath. Left knee comes back into alignment. Heel toe the foot over a little bit so there's room for your right hand. And you bring the right knee back to meet the left. Toes come up off the floor. 3 modified chaturanga push-ups. Letting the heart drop down, hips stay high. 2 more times. And then release. This time as we come back through table, let the knees open wide. Toes come together. Take the hips back. Now lay the heart, like walk it down your mat. Maybe those armpits are going to touch today. Letting the chin or the forehead come down to the floor. If that's too much, just soften your elbows, whatever feels good and right for you. Breathe into the low back. One more breath. Hands are back onto the mat. Walk them back so you can lift yourself up. Knees are going to come into alignment. And then you're going to bring yourself forward and come back down onto your belly. For just a moment, stack your hands and let your right ear come down to your hands. Bend your knees and feet rock side to side. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Hit the table. Side to side. Just let your head be really heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy to your hands. Then bring your other ear down to your hands. Keep letting the feet rock side to side. Feel that release through the low back. One more breath. center. So we're going to let the tops of the feet come back down to the mat. Again, we find our pubic bone. Now our hands are going to come down by our side. And I want our palms down to the floor. And for some of us, to try and get the tips of our fronts of our shoulders down to the floor, we have to take our hands a little bit wider. So see what you need to do to take care of yourself, to just find a good sturdy foundation. Pubic bone roots down into the mat, tailbone lengthens towards the heels. Feel the tops of your feet really engage towards the mat. And we inhale, lift the heart and upper body. Exhale down. Pubic bone, maintain long length through the low back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale down, hands are staying connected to the mat. One more time. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, so we're going to change it this last time. We're going to lift everything up and clasp the hands at the back of the pelvis, lifting the legs, lifting the heart. One more breath. And release. Hands come breast level. Through table, back into child just for 2 cycles of breath. Release through the low back. If you want to rock side to side, that might feel good. One more. Beautiful. Come forward, curl the toes, tailbone high, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, high tippy toes, looking forward, feet to the top of the mat, standing forward bend. Really let the crown of the head lengthen, feel that space. Now if you pick up the belly, you might feel like your spine gets longer and drops towards the floor. And then letting the back of the head lift you as you come up with a long, flat spine. Inhale, the arms up. Exhale, arms float down. Shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Stand as your Tadasana. Be your own mountain. And just notice what you're present to. Are you thrilled with your creation of this moment? What a great practice to check in with yourself. Every so often, am I thrilled with my creation? If not, you can change it. But you have to change you in order to change your creation. That's a whole nother conversation. One more breath. Hands come to the heart. We sit back, we sit back, we sit back. Sit back into your chair. Draw the shins back. Weight into your heels. It's almost like you're going to topple backwards, but please don't. Lowering the hips. Can you lower them down just a little bit more? Just a little bit more. One more breath. Hands come down to the floor. Step the left foot back nice and long. Turn the toes towards the left side of the mat. You're going to bring your right elbow up on top of your right knee. Bring your left hand to your left hip. And then open the left hip, which is going to open your left shoulder. Inhale, the left arm straight up and overhead. So keep pressing that right knee out towards your little toe. Don't let it collapse inward. Can you bring your gaze up towards the ceiling, to the horizon, or down to the floor? One more breath. So see if you can move not a whole lot through the lower body. So you're going to let the left hand come to the back of the left leg, and you inhale, sweep right arm up. Reverse warrior. Big full breaths, my friends. Let your breath serve you. Windmill the arms. Left foot, pivot on the toe, step it forward. Take the feet a little bit wider. First 2 fingers around the big toes. Inhale to an extended forward bend. Exhale, draw the crown of the head towards the floor. Elbows can be wide. One more. toes. Inhale, long spine. Arms up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And feel. One more breath. So we sit back, we sit back, we sit back. Lowering the hips, weight in the heels, shins draw back, pick up the belly. Lowering the hips, firing it up a little bit, getting some energy moving, warming up the form, some Agni, some fire. One more breath. Hands come down, step the right foot back nice and long, turn the toes towards the side of the mat. Left elbow on left knee, right hand to the right hip. Open, really open that right hip. Then we'll contend with the right arm. Straight up towards the ceiling. So that left knee continues to track towards your little toe. You're engaged, nice and sturdy, muscle to bone on that right leg. Breathing. Notice if your breath has changed as you exert more effort. One more breath. Right hand to the right leg. See if you can avoid moving much through the lower body. Inhale, left arm up. Can you bend into that left knee a little bit more? Windmill, we come down. Pivot on the ball of the right foot. Step the right foot forward. Standing forward bend. Again, take the feet wide. First two fingers around the big toe. Inhale to your extended forward bend. Exhale, crown of the head down. Any movement through the head and neck that feels good. One more. Release the toes, soft knees, belly button lifts us up. One more time. Really slow. And we inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And we stand in gratitude. We stand in presence. We stand in peace that is resident within us, my friends, always. This is the silence that's underneath all the pandemonium. When I love to point out, imagine the choices you would make, the life choices, the food choices, all the choices that you would make from this place instead of panic, worry, and fear. One more breath. So from here, we're going to transition. Let's see, what do we want to do? Let's come down to seated. And I'm going to have you draw your right foot in first and then your left. So right foot comes in. We're not going to cross ankles. We're just going to draw one foot in and then the other. So here we are where we began. And we're going to take the upper body and rearrange it so it pivots to the right, fingertips on either side of the right leg. And then you slowly begin to imagine that you're lining up your right side. So the right upper body drops down towards the right thigh. And you feel this stretch through the left hip. So the left foot is in front. So can you draw the belly in? And find a big deliberate breath here. You'll feel it through the left side. One more. And then we're going to be like a crab and just walk through center, pick up your belly as you're hinging forward, come over to the left, and then we bring ourselves up. Just a quiet rearrangement. Let the left foot come in first and then the right. And then we'll take the upper body, fingertips on either side of the left leg, so we're lining up the whole left side. And so then we begin to hinge forward, but we're really just lining up the left side. And as you come down, just notice if there is maybe less availability through that right hip or maybe more, just listening, staying long through the sides of the neck. not hanging the head, just letting it be an extension of the spine. And just notice if maybe that right hip wants to lift. Is there any kind of micro movement that supports you? Do you want to bring the breath over to that right side? So can you pick up the belly and engage, pick up the pelvic floor here? A few more cycles of breath. One more. And as we did on the other side, then we crab, kind of coming through center, and then we walk over to the right and we bring ourselves up. One more breath. Left hand down to the floor, inhale, sweep right arm up. We drop over to the left. We'll come through center. We'll just sway back and forth. Those old yellow sea grasses, a lot of wind recently, so they're just rocking back and forth. We'll do the same thing. And everybody meet me over to the left. And then we'll drop that right arm back. Drop it back, bring your gaze up towards the ceiling, and then even bend into the elbow and let that come down. We'll come over to the right. Inhale, lift arm up. Drop it back, drop it back, drop it back. And then the elbow softens and drops down. We'll do that all again. Come over to the left. Inhale, right arm up. Drop the right arm back. Bend into the elbow, that shoulder blade sliding down the back body. One more time. We come over to the right. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, drop it back. And then it slides down. And then we come forward. Tuck the tailbone, chin down towards the chest. Inhale, chin comes forward. Lift the heart. Feel that lengthening from the belly button up to the heart. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, heart lifts, chin lifts. Exhale, tuck. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, we lift. Exhale. Inhale, we come back to center. We're going to let the feet come down to the mat. Knees are going to stay bent. Hands come back behind us. Fingertips to the floor. Bring your feet to the edges of your mat. And we'll let the knees rock. Side to side. Knees go to the left. Gaze comes over to the right. Big rearranging. One more time, each side. And then we come to center. Draw the heels back just a little bit. So checking in, bring the feet back into alignment with the hips, and we're going to inhale, lift the hips up. Reverse table. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, hips lift. If you want to drop your head back, drop it back. Please don't throw it back. Exhale down, really strong and sturdy through the arms. Inhale, last time, we lift up, we lift up, we lift up. Exhale. Extend the legs, staff pose, release through the wrists, and then just hinge forward. Just hinging, soft spine, crown of the head down towards the floor. Breathe into the back body. One more breath. Oh, let's do one more. Good. Then we roll ourselves back up. Cheek at a time, we walk forward to the top of the mat. Arms extend out. So I want you to feel the sensation of really tucking the tailbone. Really tuck, lay the spine down, chin comes down towards the chest. Nice control, nice control. Really good control as you lay yourself down. Let the knees come up to the chest. Lengthen through the back of the head. Head drops to the right. So let your shoulder blades nestle up under the back body. Stay open through the chest and heart, knees, thighs, drawing towards the front body. You may even feel that the back of your pelvis is off the floor. That's good, that's fine. Inhale the head to center, exhale, head to the left. One more breath. Inhale the head to center, exhale, knees open wide, arms to the inside of the legs. Hold onto your ankles or come to the outer edges of your feet, coming over the top of the feet, not the bottom of the feet. Heels stay down towards the buttocks. Now see if you can take your knees just a little bit wider. Maybe the thighs drop closer towards the floor, and we inhale, right foot, half happy baby. Exhale, heel drops. Inhale, left, half happy baby. Exhale, so we're not trying to straighten the leg here. Inhale, right foot. Exhale, inhale, left. Exhale. Now inhale both feet. We come into happy baby, long through the back of the neck. Keep the back of the pelvis down to the mat. Can you lengthen your tailbone towards the bottom of the mat? One more big full breath. Heels drop down. Release the feet, knees come together, feet come down to the floor, arms are by your side, heels are towards the buttocks. One last form. We take the hips up towards the ceiling, keep your arms rooted and planted by your side. Lengthening through the back of the neck. Now find a few bellows breath and look up at your rib cage and see it expanding and moving. One more time. And then really articulate the spine, vertebra by vertebra, back down to the floor. From here, just roll your arms away so that your palms turn up. Extend one leg long down to the floor and then the other. And just micro move your way into the sweet spot of your Shavasana, allowing yourself to flatten and just land so deeply into the back body, into your yin nature. Just fall in. Relax through the jaw. Let your eyeballs be heavy. And bear witness to this intelligence that knits a new you, incorporating your movements, your intentions, your breath, your strengthening. All that you contributed to your practice this morning, knitting a new you. And rest well. If you find that you've wandered away, just come back to your practice of bringing yourself to this breath, to this moment, feeling. Can you feel life living you? And life loving you. The persistence of the breath. And it is my wish that a sense of contentment is very available and present within you in this moment. And I'm going to share some words of Ram Dass. The final awakening is the embracing of the darkness into the light. That means embracing our humanity as well as our divinity. What we go from is being born into our humanity, sleepwalking for a long time, until we awaken and start to taste our divinity, and then want to finally get free. We see as long as we grab at our divinity and push away our humanity, we aren't free. If you want to be free, you can't push away anything. You have to embrace it all. It's all God. Letting that truth land, percolate, resonate within you. I invite you to begin to just really, with just such sincere interest and gratitude, just begin to twinkle your fingers and just be in so much gratitude that you can. And you feel your hands and your wrists, and then you begin to, with that deep sincerity, move your toes, and the balls of your feet, and the soles of your feet and your ankles. And then with that same just deep, deep gratitude, deep silence, just enveloping that inner space, can you begin to transition from your supine and move with the greatest of awareness and mindfulness to make your way into seated. And when you come back into your seated, feeling the movement of life as your breath, feeling your heaviness, your rootedness, your liftingness, finding a long and lengthened spine, we draw the hands together in Anjali Mudra. May contentment and gratitude permeate this day. Join me as we drop the chin towards the chest, surrendering the mind that it might be of service to our soul and its purpose. May my soul go where I cannot go, and may my soul go only with God. Letting the thumbs come to the brow. May all beings be safe and out of harm's way. May all beings have fresh food, fresh water, and fresh air. May all beings be happy and healthy. And may all beings be at ease. Namaste. We bow to ourselves and the wisdom within us. We bow to the earth of which we are, and we bring ourselves up, new and renewed. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What a beautiful practice. Can you unmute the mic? We're doing technical things